This is about to go live. I'm about to be up and running. Are we up? This is about to go live.
Fucking clipper.
Are we up? Alright, now we're up. Alright, welcome to the scuffed ass Sonchie and Foxxy play games fucking drunk experience podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about the fucking redoing of
Episode 1.
Oh yeah, it's episode 1, boys. Don't worry, you haven't missed out on anything. You gonna take a smack at this bull real quick?
How's it going? For everybody out there? Dude, telling you. Cold water, crispy as shit ever.
Cold water is crispy as shit. Alright, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the podcast. What the podcast is gonna be involving is MDMA, which is Molly, or pure ecstasy. Then there's gonna involve LSD trips, and and just smoking pot. Period. We're gonna be smoking pot during the podcast.
And a little bit of Xanax and Park 30 experience.
Yeah, he has more of that experience than I do. I've only done a Xanny.
Xannies are nice.
Anyway, so we want to start this off. You want to start it off with the LSD trips?
We'll start with your first LSD trip.
We'll start with my first LSD trip.
Ever.
First LSD trip ever. Ladies and gentlemen. So, essentially, I went to a wedding the night before with my one buddy that's also my other buddy, that also is Sonchie's buddy. Alright, so we're shared mutual friends with this guy. I'm not going to say any names, because, you don't want to just be exposing people like that.
Exactly.
But, anyway, so me and my buddy, we were at a wedding for at one of his family members. And after the wedding,
getting drunk.
Yeah, getting drunk as hell, by the way. We'll talk a little bit about alcohol too. Getting drunk. I had 13 rum and cokes, and we weren't even past the ceremony yet to where they got married. And I'm telling you, when I'm trashed, I was trashed. I was an open bar and I was free drinking. I was getting drunk as hell. I tell you that right now. Anyway, we went to there. We went to there. Okay, so we went there. We did it. Had a good time. Had a good ass time. And after, my buddy, he had some money, and he knew a guy that was around the area where the wedding was done. I got my water. Appreciate it. And then,
Yep, no problem.
all right. And then we purchased, I believe it was 3 tabs. We bought 3 tabs that night. Then the next night, we went and picked up Sonchie.
Was Scary Terry and Abraham Linkler, so pretty dope ass tabs too.
Sorry about that. I was letting them talk about the tab a little bit while I take this back. Alright. So, we get these tabs. We pick up Sonchie. We go back to the said friend's house. Alright? Well, no, not instantly. We went and picked up our one buddy, and our other buddy already was living there, so he was already there. And we basically had them as like caretakers just in case if anything went wrong.
A lot of shit did go wrong.
A lot of shit went wrong, even though we had the caretakers. So, shitty ass caretakers. Sonchie will get into that a little bit later. But, so what happened was, we got these 2 other guys to help us out while we were all 3 tripping. Alright, so what happens is my buddy just takes the tab, puts it on my tongue. I keep it in there for probably about as much as you should. Swirl it around. Went to the store, get a pack of smokes.
With it on your tongue.
Yeah, with it on my tongue. I went in there with the acid still on my tongue, trying to have a conversation with this man while the acid tab's on my tongue, and I'm trying to make sure it doesn't fall out my mouth. Anyway, so I get the smokes, I come back to the house. Back at the house, and we're just waiting for it to kick in. Then it smacks all of us. We're all smacked.
At the same time.
All
at
of
the same time.
At the same time. All of us at the same time, we start tripping. So, me and Sonchie, man, we were just laying on the bed, looking into the ceiling and looking all around the room, just seeing a whole bunch of shit.
Crazy shit.
And our one buddy, he turned off the lights, and I'm telling you, you did not want to turn on the lights again because we would snap on you for no reason. Me and Sonchie were just snapping because we liked being in the dark. Because when we were in the dark, I know, at least for myself, I was seeing a lot more in the dark than I was whenever it was like bright out. Because it was still daylight at this time. It was like getting into dusk. It was still daylight. But we were just sitting there tripping in the room for probably about like, what, like an hour and a half? An hour and a half,
More than
maybe.
likely like an hour and a half. And like door an hour and a half tripping on the bed to dark. On the ceiling was a Grateful Dead flag with a skull in it. And as it was dark and I was looking up, the skull looked like it was melted and like had blood pouring out its eyes. It was fucking dope. And that's why I didn't want the lights to be turned back on. I was just staring at that shit, just enjoying it. Went on a little nature walk after.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, nature walk of life.
Took a nature walk. I'll let you... Okay, so we got on our nature walk. We get onto the road. Just the regular old road. No, we didn't. Listen, I'm going to say this real quick. I'm going to put this all out there for everybody real quick. No, we did not take this trip on the road. It was on a actual walking trail. Don't worry. We weren't out there tripping on LSD in the middle of the public. I promise you that. So anyway, we go down the walking trail. We get down there. We start walking. Alright, so it's me. It's all of us just all walking together. We're just taking this big old mob of us walking. I got my cowboy hat, aviators, and a fucking bandana covering my entire face, looking like I'm a whole ass robber, like fucking thief, just ready to rob somebody for no reason.
Owen, well, yeah, stopped to tie a shoe, and me and Landon were like, let's go get some space on these guys. So we started walking really fast up to the trail while, you know, Turk, my buddy, and Owen are waiting, you know, because he has to tie his shoe. We get up around this corner.
1 second, guys. I just want to say this real quick. Turk, if you hear him say Turk, I have a nickname in basically I have a nickname that all my friends call me. It's Turkey Boy. So when you hear him say Turk, he's referring to me. I know my channel name is Foxxy and everything. I just want to clear that up real quick. All right, go ahead.
All right, yeah. But we got up to this corner on the trail, and he looked at me and he was like, you want to jump out on him? And I was like, yeah, sure. So we went up in the weeds and we waited and we gathered rocks and shit like that. And I was laying back in the bush, and I see all three of them walking up, and fucking I hear one of them say, oh yeah, it's nice, like nothing's gonna jump out at you at the trees or shit like that.
All right,
and
then wait 1 second before you get to that part.
Oh,
so like what was going on with me? Why our buddy was saying that was because I personally was getting a little bit tripped out and freaking out a little bit, because when I was walking on this trail, out of the trees, it looked like there was these hands coming out to grab me. I mean, and like I was kind of crazy tripping at that point, and I was like, and I told my buddy, I was like, dude, I'm starting to freak out, and he's like, don't worry, man, it's all good, And then I mentioned, and like after he calms me down for a little bit, and I mentioned, I'm like, where's Sonchie and Landon? And then these motherfuckers start throwing rocks out of the trees. Like so like what happened was we were walking, and then I stopped real quick, just dead stop for no reason, and looked over and snapped my head over to the right because I thought I heard something. And I seen Sonchie's elbow resting on his knee on the hillside, and all I could muster out of my mouth at that time before I started slapping feet like a motherfucker, I'm the fastest fat dude you've ever seen, track star running,
swear to God,
was, oh shit! And I just dipped on all my homies, left them.
We had to send the fastest kid to chase him down to get him, because that's how fast he was running. He wasn't stopping for nothing. I don't know where he was going to run to, but he was running with a purpose. Swear to God.
For real, I was just running to wherever it was free to not get chased down by these motherfuckers. And as I'm running, I'm laughing, hysterically laughing, because in my mind, I know what just happened, and I recognized it, but my body was still in fear mode, and I was still running, and that's when I looked over my shoulder and seen the fastest kid coming to get me, Owen. he was just flying. And I started laughing harder, and then I started finally being able to slow down. And then it was just like a regular walk from that point on.
And then like, yeah, it was like a nice smooth road for the rest of the way out till it got, we was about probably 4 or 5 hours into our trip. It's getting dark out. We're sitting outside on the front porch, and there's a little bench out there, It's like a block or some shit. It's fucking stupid. But my buddy was standing out in the street, and the street light was shining on his back, and it made like his whole body like dark. It would look like just a silhouette of a man. And like I was looking at his eyes, and it looked like his eyes were just like red, and then had like white shit coming down him. And that freaked me out. Like that freaked me out so bad. And I told him, I was like, bro, don't do that. And he was like, all right. He walked back over to the porch, and I stood up and I walked out to the road. And I look back into this dark little corner of the house, and just like my buddy comes crawling out on all fours, running and snarling at me, and I just fucking take off running. I stopped running after like maybe like a good 50 yards, and I heard like a little screech, and I started running again.
Because the screech was actually our buddy Landon just making a noise screeching, and this man was track starring all the way around the bend. But I'm also going to talk about this. We went on 2 walks. I forgot to mention. We went on 2 walks. One where we had the dog with us and one where we didn't.
Oh, when we had the dog with us, we let our friends step in a big old pile of dog shit.
Yeah, the dog took a shit on the road when we were walking up to the trail, and we just didn't. And we're all standing behind him. He was the leader. He was walking in front of, and we seen him about to step in the dog shit. Like, we seen it about to happen. Like, it was in slow motion for us all, as he was slowly about to touch his foot into the dog shit.
As soon as he stepped in the shit, I was like, dude, there's actually shit there.
Yeah,
he fucking did a full split.
He did a full split on the dog shit, and everybody was laughing. I started running off and laughing at the same time, like just getting far away from him.
I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, I was just laughing so hard.
I had fucking abs when I was done.
Dude.
Yeah, and then like the rest of the night after that, really we just chilled, watched like trippy videos, and ended up falling asleep, waking up pretty fucked up.
No, wait. I forgot about when we're sitting on the porch together. Me and you just sitting on the porch, and we seen
the fuzzy man.
We seen the fuzzy man.
Fuck the fuzzy man, and the
seen
things crawling through the trees.
Yeah, and we heard things coming through the trees, and this is like dead at night, like dark. And the only thing we seen over
pitch black.
I know. Not normally people have the same trips. I don't know. I know that's not probably a normal thing.
Yeah.
But but I'm telling you, the way we described it was exactly the same as how we seen it. So there's one lone street light on this road.
Yeah.
And and what happened was we were like, having a good time. And me and Sonny were just like, Sonchie were just out there just chilling on the bench outside the house. Fucking our one buddy almost name dropped. He was up in the house. Landon and Owen were up in the house.
They didn't want to come outside and sit with us while we just tripped it, because we was riding it out. Like, it was, you could tell it was getting gone. Like, it was running low. Like, we wasn't tripping that much anymore. But like, the darkness made our trip so much more intense. Like, sitting out there was weird.
Oh yeah.
Like, it boosted it, because that's why we sat out there, because we was calming down from it. When we sat out there, we saw the fuzzy man, and we heard shit in the trees, and fucking...
And we started hearing it getting closer, and me and him were instantly stood up and got right back up in that house.
Yeah.
And he just laid in the bed at night. I was laying in the bed, he was laying on the couch next to the bed. And we were just laying there, and then we were still seeing shit at night. And then it just, it came down for me pretty well. And then I finally was able to fall asleep at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we were watching really dark, trippy videos.
Yeah.
It wasn't scaring us or nothing. It was just cool to watch.
It's very interesting. We also heard Pink Floyd's, what was it? Pink Floyd who? What name of the song?
Wish You Were Here.
Wish You Were Here. And we had this really trippy video with it. And I'm telling you, all of us had our minds explode at once when we were watching that video.
The craziest, most I don't know how to even describe the video. It was wild. It just
I will link the YouTube link to that exact video in the description.
You have to take a tab.
Yeah, if you're gonna watch it, you should take a tab. If not, though, telling you, it's gonna be still kind of trippy. Like
Yeah.
it's even trippy
It's
as
overall
you're
just an amazing video. Yeah, it shows a lot of purpose. It's like real deep in the thoughts. It gets you thinking a lot, you know, about life, death, shit like that. But yeah, it's good. Like, it's a good video.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's about it for his first Molly experience. Not Molly acid experience. So I tell him about my sketchy Molly experience.
Your sketchy Molly experience?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell him about the sketchy Molly experience.
Names. Cause I ain't calling nobody out like that. Let me hit this bowl first.
At least, I will at least say that it is with, I know about this story, and it is with the first guy that we did acid with. I'll tell you that much.
So basically, I dislocated my shoulder, and like, I got dropped off at Turkey's house, and my buddy Rob came scooped because we was gonna go chill for a little bit. And then I got in the back of his car, and he was like, "How's your shoulder feeling?"
Careful about the female's name.
Yeah. And like, this girl fucking looked at me and was like, you know, passenger in the front seat. She turned over. She was like, "I'm hurting." I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Oh, want some Molly?" I was like, "Yeah." Took it, and then I was sitting in the back seat with a bottle of water and this fucking Molly in my hand, and it was powder. I put it on my tongue and fucking took a drink, and it went down, but it got stuck in my teeth, and it like made my stomach turn. I fucking threw up in the back of the car. Did the rest of it right after that, actually, and fucking I was getting into my trip, and like the lady up front seat, I didn't know she did Molly too, and like the driver was her man, so you know, she was like real, it was just like cringy, like she wouldn't like stop like touching him and like fucking like kissing him and like smooching him. Like it was sounding like gross. You know, it sounded like stirring a fucking pot of mac and cheese for like 20 minutes. I didn't want to hear that shit. Like it was fucking, you know, making my trip real sketchy, and like I let it go because I was like, maybe they'll calm down a little bit, and no, it didn't calm down any for her. She went into no return zone, I would say, really.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, it was like there was no hope for her. She was like just so fucked up. And well, we get to the place that we're just gonna chill and trip at, and fucking we're sitting out on the front porch, and fucking this bitch like is all cringy and like moving real weird and like crunching her fingers up and like grabbing him and scratching him while she's sitting on his lap and like arching her back
like
and
a
like
straight cat
like
in heat.
doing some weird, like some creepy ass shit, like some shit you would see like some fucked up dude to do, you know, some weird fucking hand movements, and she'd like get up in my face and like breathe in my fucking face and say shit, and I'm like, dude, get the fuck away from me, like it's just fucking like sketching me out. Fucking. So we're out there, and it goes on for like 50 minutes. I'm getting sick of this shit. I go up in the house. I'm like, Rob, cigarette. I'm going in the house. And he was like, okay, cool. And I was like, yeah, they're just chilling out there. And this bitch comes in the house, all fucked up. And my friend, he's taking care of her, helping her, you know. She's just beyond plaster. Like, when I tell you she's fucked up, I mean she was fucked up. Like, fucked up.
Not fucked up on alcohol, fucked up on Molly.
No, like, yeah. Like, for his first time, and she did a little bit. That's what I'm gonna say. But went up in the house, was smoking cigarettes, and like they were up in the other room, and I was chilling in my friend's room, and I was watching videos on my phone, having a good time, chilling, you know, vibing, just me vibing.
Actually watching some like my stream as well. Like,
yeah, I watched his Minecraft stream, and I think, what was it, Call of Duty?
Yeah, Call of Duty, Call of Duty beta.
Yep, Call of Duty beta stream. And I was enjoying it, and like, I went out to see my friend, and I was like, everything good? And he was like, yeah. Go back in the room, sitting down, doing my thing again. And this bitch comes in here with just a blanket around her. And like, she's really fucked up, and she looks at me and she goes, can I have a cigarette? Like, and I was like, yeah. I handed her one, and I thought she was, you know, because she's in a blanket, you know. Her man is in the other room, you know. So I wasn't fucking with none of that, and I gave her a cigarette, and I thought she was gonna leave. And no, she sits down and sparks up the fucking cigarette and tries to have a conversation with me. my buddy walks in. I look at him, I'm like, dude, the fuck is this shit? And like, it was just a weird experience. Yeah, it was like really sketchy. I didn't like it, but I definitely do like Molly, just not certain people when doing it.
Oh yeah,
that's a fact. Yeah, that's about it for that. That was just like...
We're going to get into, like, a good story now, and then, like, after that I'll tell my fucked up story, which actually was just me fucked up. I'll get more into that when we start talking about that story. But first we're going to talk about when we did Molly with my boy, with Rob, just like we already name dropped him at this point, so might as well just call him it. It's Rob, and, and then Sonchie, me... And then my other buddy. So we were all there. I bought like a gram. And this is my first time. This is actually my first time doing it. This is actually my first time doing it.
This is your first time.
So,
well, we only had 4 at the start, and then we went and picked up the 5th.
Well, no, there wasn't even 5 people.
There was.
Who was the 5th? Because it was me, you,
Breezy.
Robin. Oh yeah.
Breezy. We're just calling
Breezy. Yeah, forgot about Breezy. My bad.
Yeah.
But what happened was, so we were. I just bought it for the first time, seen it for the first time. It was a little bit sketchy. So it was just me, Sonchie, and Rob in the car at the time. Then we go go buy weed actually. Off of my one buddy, and you know, we picked him up, and like, cause like I bought it, and I was just like, you know what, we got a lot of it, why not add somebody else to it? And I was like, yo, you want to come do mullet with us? And he was like Molly? I was like, yeah. And then he was like, I gotta check with my girl real quick. He goes checks with his girl. It's all right with his girl. He gets in the car, and we drive off. We're going back to the Brib. We get back to the Brib. So in the meantime, when we're driving, I showed him the bag of Molly. He looked at it. He was like, I don't know if this is even a gram or if it's even Molly. And I was like, what? And then we get back to the house. We open the bag, and as he's pouring it out, it's not even fully out yet, because like the guy who sold it didn't have a scale, so he might have sold us actually more than a gram of it.
I think it was like 1.5 grams, because there was.
Yeah, I think it was 1.5 grams, because we were able to do 2 doses, and there was big rocks. So like anyway, what I was gonna say, so we were at the house, we pour it out, and we get it all lined up, and it's like we were doing it all lined up to take all of it at that one swing. You see. When we seen it all bunched up, nobody wanted to even touch it. Nope. I've never done it before, and these all motherfuckers have done it before, and and nobody wanted to come close to it or look at it because everybody's stomach turned.
It had me in fear.
He was scared.
I was legit scared of that shit. Like, I was breathing. I was like, ooh, shit. I kept saying, I was walking around the room going, ooh, shit. Because I didn't want to do it. Who did it?
You and Rob had a rock paper scissors battle for like who did it first. But before I say this, we did cut these lines up in the halves.
Yeah.
Because nobody wanted to do the whole thing at once. So we cut it up in halves, and then we did like just half of it, and then kept the rest of it for like later, just to do for like another dose if we don't feel like we're doing is not enough, and we don't feel fucked up enough. So we all do it.
I gotta take a piss. So keep talking.
Alright, so he's gonna go take a piss. But like we go do it.
3 seconds.
We go do it. And so like what's going on is like we're all just chilling after we do it. My buddy Sonchie, my buddy Rob go to have a heart-to-heart conversation because they needed to have a heart-to-heart at that point in time. For like some things that were going on personally between them. So me and my buddy, the guy that we picked up, we were just chilling, and like, see, I've never done Molly before, and I've only thing that I've done before was LSD and weed, and that's it, and DXM, but DXM is a different thing. But anyway, so what happened was like we were chilling, and it was just me and the homie that we picked up, just chilling in the bedroom while Sonchie and Rob were having a heart to heart. This is before the Molly hit.
Hard talk, yeah. Like no,
Before-
it was when it was barely starting to kick in with me. Well, me, because I felt it out the road, and I was like, we gotta fight. We wasn't gonna like fight right then and there, but like we was gonna fight because he always was the bigger dude. I guess in any situation, like the tougher guy, and I was like, I could take this guy. I know I could. Easy. I could take him, but I'm not talking shit, by the way. I'm just saying I could take this man.
This is alright.
Yeah.
Anyway, so while that was all happening, I was sitting there. I wasn't feeling anything, but my buddy, the one we picked up, that's my boy. He started getting hit with it, like probably about 10 minutes before I did. So he starts getting hit with it. He's vibing. We're vibing the music in there, just having a good time, vibing. He's fucked up on the Molly already.
At the same time, I'm talking my heart out to my friend.
Yeah, yeah. As we're just
shit.
because they're not even in the room. It's just me. It's just me and my boy. And like, he's hit with it. He's chilling, bobbing his head, having a great time. I can see it in his eyes. His eyes are completely black. So I was like, yeah, he's definitely fucked up because that's what they told me happens. And then I was sitting there, and then all of a sudden, I had like this wave effect come through the back of my head and into my forehead, and then it was it. My body went instantly numb, and I instantly felt so happy that I like literally had to hold my head and just keep saying.
I came back into the room after that talk, and this man's holding his head, sitting over. He's just saying,
Like,
I'm so fucking happy, oh my fucking god. I'm so fucking happy, oh my fucking god.
Yeah, like
Crazy shit.
like just like I was just tweaking, and then Sonchie comes in. He's like, just take a deep breath and everything. He calms me down. And I'm fucking vibing. I'm having the best time of my fucking life on this shit.
We was too. That shit was fucking dude. That was.
It was
amazing.
such a fun time.
Such a fun night.
And the funny thing is that Rob, my buddy, he's scared for me to try newer drugs because he doesn't know how I'm gonna react to it, and he gets like nervous because he doesn't want me to react badly to something that he showed me. So like, that's what happened. Was like so like doing Molly was a big step because like he said because like Molly is like it or not, Molly is a fucking hardcore drug. It is a hardcore drug, but it's a party drug. It's not like it's not gonna kill you, but you can definitely fuck your life up over it.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So, anyway, so we were all vibing in the room, all having a great time, except for Rob. I'm gonna be honest, Rob wasn't having that great of a time.
Yeah.
He was sitting there on his phone the whole
He
time.
was like on his phone. Everybody was talking and chilling.
Everybody was talking and chilling, having a great time. Then Rob's like, "You guys want to go on a car ride?" Because they told me how great the car rides are.
Because of the music. The
whenever-
music in the car makes you feel everything, every lyric, every beat, every note, every tone of that song. Like, you can feel it, you can breathe it. It's amazing. It's good.
It's just a great feeling. Also, if anybody out there wants to do Molly, please, for the love of God, when you buy it and you smoke cigarettes, buy 3 packs of cigarettes.
Exactly, 3
because
packs.
you will need at least 1 to 2 packs within the first 2.5 hours. And I'm telling you, that's the truth.
That's the only thing that might kill you when taking Molly's.
Yeah.
The cigarette amount.
But anyway, I mean, if you don't smoke cigarettes, though, that might be good. You might be chilling.
Like, you're chilling all day.
But anyway,
Smack a vape or something.
yeah, so we're just chilling. We're chilling, driving in the car. I'm having a great time. I'm in the back with my boy, having a good time. Sonchie's up front with Rob.
Yeah.
We're all vibing. We're all having a great time. Great ass time the whole time.
Fucking firefighter cap the
Yeah,
whole time.
he was wearing a firefighter's cap.
Pulling bitches. Oh my god.
And he was pulling bitches crazy.
So many.
So was I. At the time I was single, I was doing that. I was just pulling him. We're getting nudes left and right, both of us. We're just showing each other. We're just showing each other these we're just showing each other these bitches nudes, like just bowling, having a great ass time.
Confidence build up when you take that is so much more like it's greater, and it seems to have a better effect because I have shit luck with girls. Like honestly, I don't ever get like what you call shit like that. That's not my thing. And like, but on some Molly's, bitches were actually hitting me up. I was like, whoa, what is this shit? You know that shit don't happen. And like this girl from Michigan, whoo, buddy, I'll tell you, I like black girls. I'll say that now. I like black girls. For this reason, this girl was, she was like 16 or something like that. Fucking hot as shit.
He is
Hot as shit.
He's 17. For everybody that knows, we're not.
Yeah.
She wasn't 16 and he was 18
I'm
or anything
17.
like that. Just so you know.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Started like she hit me up. And like she was like, "What's up?" You know, I was like chilling, doing shit like that, and like I seen on her story, she was like, "I need a homecoming date." And I was like, I stood up and I was like, I'm tall, dressed nice, I can clean up nice. What's up? She was like, "Oh yeah," and I was like, "Yeah." And I sent her like some recent homecoming pictures that I've been to. She was like, "Yeah, pretty hot," and I was like, "Yeah." And she started asking me a whole bunch of questions. Do I have abs? And I was like, "No, don't got abs." She was like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." It was like awkward, kind of, not really. Like we was just talking, we was just flirting, and I asked her what she was doing. She was like laying in bed naked, and I was like, "Ooh." You know, I actually froze for a second, like I jumped up in the back seat and I showed Turkey Boy.
Yeah.
And he fucking gave me a fucking high five. And
Dude,
was getting lit.
I will say this: you will dap up your homies more than you've ever dapped up a homie in your life. It's just all love. We were telling each other that we loved each other type shit. Like, everybody was having a great time, and it wasn't even on some gay shit, and I'm like, yeah, no offense if you're gay. No offense if you're gay. I'm going to tell you that now. Yeah. I'm just letting you know, it was not a gay experience, though. Like, I love you. It was like a brotherly love type shit. Yeah, everybody was just having a great time. We were telling the guy that, like, we barely hang out with that we love him, and he was like, "Yo, you're a really chill group and shit." Like, he was vibing with us, too, having a great time.
Everybody had a good set vibe, except...
Yeah. Yep. Everybody had a great vibe.
Yep. Besides one person. And it was like, it wasn't his fault. We had to drive anyway.
Yeah, he had to drive. I'll tell you this right now. He cannot drive on that drug. Whoa. I'm going to say this.
He can. He can. Do it. He has done it many a times. It's just...
By the way, guys, don't do drugs and drive.
Yeah, that's just.
Let's not like, we're not trying to influence any of this. We're telling the stories about how stupid we were and doing stupid shit, having fun. But I'm not letting you know right now.
But we did tell him to watch that video and take a tab, so we are kind of like.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're influencing the good drugs. All right,
yeah,
listen.
the good drugs.
We're not influencing you on
no
some
crack,
coke.
No heroin. Fuck that.
No coke, no cocaine. I mean, freaking crack. I mean, listen, cocaine. It's just a ride that I have not been on.
It's a speed. It just makes everything so, like, I don't know, but like sometimes you can be real tense and like stiff. It's like weird, or sometimes you're just like really loose and feeling it, or sometimes you're just like, I'm trying to run a marathon, and you're like, you gotta use some fucked up shit. Use some fucked up shit. For real.
Anyway. So, what happened? Alright, so like that's basically the good Molly story. Let me check right here, just make sure we're
Besides when we was going on our way back, and like we dropped one of my buddies off, and I was sitting in the back seat, and Turk was up where I was sitting before, and the dude back seat grabbed the bag, because we're gonna say it now, you probably will throw up if you take Molly, but after you throw up, you will feel amazing. So yeah, he took a bag from the back seat because we was, you know, not gonna throw up in the fucking car, and he takes his bag, puts it in his fucking mouth. And he puts his mouth in the bag and fucking just starts puking off like these big chunks. You know, it's just like watching it come out, and it was just like a big old fucking chunk of like just food and shit. And I was like, damn, bro. He looked at me like, fuck. It was crazy. Good times.
For good times.
Good times.
Good times. Hopefully, I'm planning on doing this drug again. Honestly, we might even be do a Molly podcast. We're messed up on Molly, and we're just gonna have a podcast, having conversations. You're gonna hear exactly what goes on in a person's mind.
We won't be like talking to you guys. We will just be interacting with each other, just so you get like an insight on what it really sounds like.
Probably, honestly,
like,
might even record it on my phone. I might even like live stream on my phone, so there's actually like camera and you can see. We're not gonna show you us doing the drug because you know YouTube, and they'll be like, get that shit off our fucking website, and like we'll be beat on for any future in YouTube at all.
Yep. But yeah, that's probably future eminence and some drinking podcasts where we just get drunk, more than likely.
Yep.
Smoking podcasts.
Smoking weed podcast is basically gonna be every fucking podcast.
For real.
But all right. So I'm gonna check the time. We'll see what time we're on here for the stream.
Well, let me tell you something real quick. Don't do Xanax. No. Take that back. I like Xanax. Don't do perk 30s. Perk 30s will get you fucked up.
Alright, so we're about 30 minutes in. Honestly, we could extend it a little bit over if you want to tell the real bad experience with Molly. With me.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Alright, so I'm gonna say this.
I'm starting it off.
Alright,
I'm starting this shit off.
Start off. Hold up. Hand me a motherfucking Newport. Let's get some Newports rolling here.
Oh yeah. So, I hit up my one buddy. Cause we already. So, me and Turk, we already got the Molly, right? And
listen, guys, it's 2 grams. This is a big step up from what I'm used to.
Yeah, this is a whole 2 grams. And
first time was a gram and I got 2 doses out of it.
We are on our way back. We just bought it, and I hit up one of my buddies and I was like, "Hey, mind if me and a friend come chill?" He was like, "Yeah, sure." And I was like, "We might be tripping on Molly," and he was like, "I don't know if you guys come down. Like, I don't fuck with all that like shit. I don't do that. Like, I don't know."
Speak up a little bit, 'cause I feel like it's kind of.
And I was like, well, we would just be chilling. Like, we'll just be happy and we'll just be chilling. Like, it'll be a cool vibe. We'll all just be chilling, hanging out. He was like, "Okay, but if anything gets crazy, y'all gonna have to leave." And I was like, "Alright, bet. Let's not get crazy then." So we get there, and he's in the bathroom, right? And as soon as we get in there, we go in his room and we just bust it out on his fucking glass table. Me and Turk, he lines me up. Good dose, and he gets himself a good dose, and he does it first. I did it second. And then, while he was still in the bathroom, he was like, "You want to do another one real quick?" And we both did another one.
Another rock. Not another dose, just another rock. Like a decent sized rock. So it would like give us a little bit more than what we already had started, but we didn't feel anything.
Yeah. And well, he came out the bathroom, and he had music playing on his TV already through his PlayStation. We're just chilling there, vibing. It hasn't hit us yet. It takes like 30 minutes, and like we're just chilling there talking, and then out of nowhere I get smacked. And I look over at my friend.
Not like actually physically smacked on the drug.
Yeah, like smacked by the drug, yeah. And I look over at my friend who wasn't about the drug and shit like that, And I looked at him and I was like, "I'm tripping balls right now." That's exactly what I said to him. And he was like, "Yeah, really?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh, cool." And we was just like, we was vibing. About an hour goes past.
About hour and a half.
Yeah, an hour and a half. We line up another dose for me and Turk. And then
for some reason, we were fucked up. This is only an hour in. This is a 6-hour long drug. We took a dose already, and we took it an hour in. Let's just put that in there.
And then, because me and Turkey are vibing onto the music, and I realized that my friend's laying on the floor, looking at his phone, bored, it looked like he's not having a fun time. And I look over the couch, not the couch, the bed, because he's on the floor, and I was like, you want to do, a little bit of Molly? And he was like, "Yeah, sure," and,
yeah, because at this time we had still probably about a G and a half.
We had a lot left still, and we was like, "You just want to do a couple?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure, why not? Fuck it." And so he was like, "Yeah, it was cool." He did a little dose. It was one decent sized rock. He did it, and he was like, he wasn't feeling it because he thought it was gonna take 10 minutes, and we were 30 minutes, and he was standing up, and then out of nowhere, I look over at this man, and he's just dancing. And then I actually start to hype him up and shit, and we all start dancing. And then he looks at me and goes, "I'm fucking smacked," and he just starts dabbing us up and shit,
telling us he loves us.
He was like, "Y'all my bros, oh god, y'all my bros." And he was telling me, he was like, "You A1 since day one," which is facts.
We were hugging each other and shit too. It was just straight. It's just Molly just makes you love, man.
And it was this dude's first time, and he's loving it. He was like, "Dude, this is awesome." Probably 3 hours go past after that, and we were just riding it out.
Yeah, me
and
smack
up another one. We smack up 3 of them.
Our buddy at the time, he actually started coming down.
Us three smacked it.
Cause he started coming down. He said he wanted to do more, so we gave him an actual full dose that time.
And well, basically, we did our doses, and somebody came and picked us up just to drive us around and listen to music, have a good time.
My girl.
His girl. And shit, we was all having a good time riding around, listening to music. And we get back.
She didn't do any, by the way, guys. She was driving sober.
We get back.
Look at that water, bro.
We get back to the crib, right? we're chilling. I'm like, my buddy's done with that. He's done with doing the doses and shit like that. We probably got like
about like
1.3.
Yeah, 1.3 or like 1.2 somewhere.
Yeah, and like telling you, I did 6 doses. Turk did 8 doses by the end of the night. Woke up, did 2 doses each.
And did 2 more, and then did 2 more doses each.
This man was so fucked up. He was standing up, having conversations with us, while his eyes were darting in fucking all types of directions, and he was closing his eyes, and his eyes were going white real quick, and then looking around. It was
like I was looking back into my head. Like,
he was so fucked up.
I was really so fucked up and zoned out. I'm gonna tell you this. It was scary for them. But for me, honestly,
me it wasn't.
For Sonchie it wasn't. For the guy that like just now did it for the first time,
he was a little worried.
Yeah, he was a little bit worried about me. Every 5 minutes he would ask me if I was alright. But like I was alright. I'm gonna let you guys know that. Like I wasn't dying. I wasn't having no problems. There was no sickness, no nothing.
No nothing.
I was just really
fucked up,
out, dude.
Yeah.
Like
it's like when you take 6 Xanax. It's like when
like,
you Xan out. Yeah, it's like
that's basically what happened. I got mollied out. That's what happened.
Crazy.
It was a crazy situation. Crazy.
Fun shit.
It was a good ass time, dude. I mean, I had a good ass time, bro.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I'm ready to do it again this week.
Oh yeah. Fucking want some right now.
For real. Bro, guys, this is gonna conclude our first.
That's what addiction sounds like.
That's what addiction sounds like. Yep, here we go. But anyway, boys and girls, this is gonna be our ending of the podcast now. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. You guys can take a like.
You enjoy our first little thing.
Our first little thing here on the channel, and
many more to come.
Many more to come. Yep. I don't exactly have a schedule for it right now. We'll do it as we come.
For sure.
We'll figure something out for a schedule. We'll do some podcasts more.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Do some more stories. Cause that's only like 4 of our stories combined. Like that's 2 of our stories each, and it's like
I got probably like 20 more stories.
Yeah, he has a lot more stories. I have some more stories. We'll probably get into stories that neither of us were actually there together.
Tell you, next time we do a podcast, I'll tell you about the time I almost died. Like probably like 5 times throughout my whole life. But you guys will definitely hear that for sure.
I didn't hear about him almost dying sometimes. But boys and girls, we're gonna end this here. End the stream podcast here. Like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you will. Hope you guys enjoy the podcast. We'll see you guys next time.